Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the four types of decision makers. And this is something that my first coach, Heather Prestansky, brilliantly taught me in the very beginning of my coaching career that really helped the way that I looked at presentations, social media, selling, follow up, all of the different things. And as I walk through this, I'm going to share with you the four types of decision makers as she explained them to me. I want you to think about which type of decision maker you are, and then I want you to think about how that might be impacting the way you treat people in a way that is not serving them or not serving your business, and then make an adjustment. And I know that sounds like kind of a hard accusation, but I'm going to go ahead and walk through them. And I just want you to think through these things. So there's four types of decision makers. Number one is the shotgun. This is the person that's fire, aim, ready. And this is the person who you show them something cool and they're like, that's cool. I want that. They don't really think about it too hard. They buy the fastest. They buy very, very quickly. The second type of person is a builder. They're really into customer service, how things look, how things feel, relationship, aesthetics, stuff like that. The third type of decision maker is a collector. They're into proof and then they want some more proof and then some more proof on top of that. They want facts, figures, details, proof, and then more facts, figures, details, and proof. What's interesting about these guys is they take the longest to buy, but they also are the most loyal. They have the deepest roots. And then you have a pathfinder, and they are willing to decide once they see step two, step three, step four, step five on their pathway to success. We all have a decision-making type. Now, a lot of times when I teach this, people are like, I'm a shotgun and a pathfinder. And you're like, no, you just made a decision quickly because someone gave you a path. Since whatever type of decision maker is your primary decision maker, once that's satisfied, we'll move into action very, very quickly. And the reason this is really important is that if you have ever heard saying, treat people the way you want to be treated, and we're like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Well, this is actually terrible, terrible business advice. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That treat people the way you want to be treated is philosophy based on just kindness. It's not a business strategy. It's not like if you want to receive one email, send one email. It's not if you would like an extra payment plan. Like that's just a philosophical, be nice to people and don't treat them poorly. That is not a business strategy. That's not a communication strategy. It's not a marketing strategy. It's not a sales strategy. What we actually want to do is treat people the way that they need to be treated. And what we don't actually know if they're a shotgun, a builder, a collector, or pathfinder. And so what we want to do is we want to build our sales process and our marketing process to include all types of decision makers. Now, what most people do instead, and I used to do this, is we simply teach to our decision-making style. So I am a pathfinder. And so what happens for me as a pathfinder is I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you step 1 through 3. And based on that, you should probably buy. I do get a lot of sales that way because pathfinders hit shotguns and pathfinders. Sometimes they'll even hit builders, and depending on the way the path is hit, it'll hit that other one. So I've been able to be really successful with that strategy. But it doesn't help builders or collectors to move forward. If I'm a shotgun, then I am going to make my sales process as if everyone else is a shotgun. And if they don't buy right off the get-go, I'm like, forget about you. You stink. You're not serious enough. That's it. We're done. They should just want to buy. If I'm a builder, then I'm probably going to wait a really long time. I'm going to build that relationship. I'm not going to ask for the order. I'm going to repel shotguns. I'm going to repel pathfinders. Collectors are like, I can't make a decision until I understand all the facts and figures and proof. And so if I'm a collector, then I am going to wait a long time to ask for an order. I'm not going to ask for the order unless I've given that person a bunch of proof. I'm going to thereby repel shotguns, builders, and pathfinders. And so in this whole idea of I'm going to treat people the way that they want to be treated or the way I want to be treated, we create a sales and marketing strategy that repels the other three types of decision makers. And so what we want to do instead is we want to understand first and foremost there are four types of decision makers. We should not only treat people the way we want to be treated. What we want to do is we want to have And then second, we want to build in all of the things that all of the decision makers like into our sales and marketing process so that everybody has a chance to move forward. And so what does this look like? So for the shotgun, this means we want to invite early. We want to give them an opportunity to buy. We ask the direct question, hey, would you like to go ahead and get that? We set up the next step for them as quickly as possible. Would you like to talk about that now or tomorrow? So we give people the option to move forward. So that way we're assertive with that. We're not assuming they're a shotgun, but in case they're a shotgun, we want to give them an opportunity to move forward. The next thing that we want to do is provide good customer service. We want to be as organized as possible, and we want to have some sort of relationship component in our sales and marketing process. And so this might be stories that are relatable. This may be friendly conversation over Messenger. This might be scheduling an appointment with someone and hearing more about their goals and what's hard for them and giving them that feeling in order to build that relationship with them. The third, right, if we have a collector, we don't know we have a collector. We're still going to invite them early. We're still going to build that relationship with them. But as we get more experienced as coaches, we are going to provide proof. Now, in the beginning, the proof is our own transformation. As time goes on, the proof is other people's transformation. So tomorrow, I'm really excited. Our coaching program is like a year and 1 month. We had our first person cross 12 months since joining the program. That's some really good proof. And in the beginning, when I first started this particular coaching program, we used our proof, and we still continue to do that. But now we're starting to get that same proof duplicating, and that the collectors are going to see that proof, and they're going to be like, oh, that's great. This is real. This is solid. This is stable. This is dependable. And so we want to build proof into our process through storytelling, through testimonial posts, through case studies, things like that. And then whatever it is that we're going to do, we're going to always provide a path, a step-by-step process. And so when we walk through our coaching program, we're going to be like, the first thing we're going to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And when people see the path laid out, they're like, okay, cool. I can see those steps. Those steps seem doable. I can make it to the other side. And so by integrating each of these things into our sales and marketing process one at a time, we're able to speak to the different types of decision makers, and then we build our pipeline bigger and bigger and bigger, which allows our business to grow and grow and grow over time. The longer we're in the game, the more of the builders and the collectors show up. The shotguns will continue to show up consistently as long as we just satisfy some of these basic needs that they have. And we're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And our business is going to create momentum, and it's going to have layers. And we're going to see the fruit of all of that hard work a few months ago or a year ago is going to start coming around as those collectors and builders, they see more proof, they have a bigger, deeper relationship, right? All of those things happen. And so what I want you to think about is, number one, which kind of a decision maker are you? Are you a shotgun, fire, aim, ready? A builder who's into customer service, organization, aesthetics, relationship? A collector who's into proof, facts, and figures? Or a pathfinder who needs to see the step-by-step process? So first, know that about yourself. And the second thing is start to think about how can you integrate at least one of these concepts into your business. So you probably already have, whatever your process is, you probably have that already in your sales process. So I want you to think about what's one thing that you could do to make it easier to buy for one of the other decision makers and implement that in your business this week. That is your goal. I hope this has been helpful for you. It has been a long time since I have taught this concept, but I think I'm going to teach it more and more and more and more in our workshops because I think it is going to make a big difference in the way we understand potential client psychology and how we can really meet people where they are and make it easy for them to buy. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll talk to you soon, and have a great day.